this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Brought to you by the Spam brand.
Some foods or TV shows just instantly take you back to your childhood. Spam Classic is one of those foods.
It's so 90s, but also so iconic that the sight of it sizzling just makes your mouth water.
Back then, we had Spam Classic, but today, there are 12 irresistible varieties to choose from.
It's like picking your favorite Boy Meets World episode. Impossible. There's Korean barbecue flavored, jalapeno, and 25% less sodium, just to name a few.
Spam brand. Sizzle pork and
Learn more and get sizzling at Spam.com.
This is Danielle Fishel.
Ryder Strong.
And Will Friedle from Pod Meets World.
Let's talk Chewy.
Yes. For starters, they've got over 100,000 products. Food, treats, toys, beds. And as a dog and a cat mom, I can go to Chewy for literally anything I need, and it ships fast.
And Chewy's customer service is unreal. Day or night, they're ready to help.
You know what else I love? They handle prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth, vet visits, and they're rolling out vet clinics across the country.
For life with pets, the answer is Chewy. Save $20 on your first order with free shipping at chewpanions.chewy.com/world.
Hey, and welcome to the Short Stuff. I'm Josh, and there's Chuck, and again, this is Short Stuff. And this one is pretty cool because it's about a secret bunker hidden at a resort hotel. Not something you come upon every day.
No, I'd never even heard of this until the other day, actually. And I'm not even sure how I heard about it now that I think about it. But it seemed like the perfect Short Stuff because what we're talking about is during the Cold War, the United States government saying, you know what? If the bomb happens, we need our government to function. And in order for our government to function, we need the people of Congress to be safe and not fried from radiation. And the only way to do that is to build a massive underground bunker for everyone to go and live. And that's just what they did.
Yeah, but they didn't like put it on a military base. They didn't put it like underneath the Capitol building. They went to a resort in West Virginia called the Greenbrier that had been around for a very long time already. It's a very well-known resort. It's still around today. It's beautiful. And in fact, Dorothy Draper, probably the greatest interior designer of all time, macked out the Greenbrier, I think in the 30s or 40s, and brought it back to life. It's an amazing place. But they chose the Greenbrier in part because no one would ever suspect that they built the bunker to house Congress during a nuclear attack 4 hours away from Washington, D.C. in West Virginia beneath a resort that everybody loved.
Right. No one would think that would happen except for the people that built it.
Right.
Because when the construction crews showed up and they were like, all right, we're going to need 3-foot concrete walls here in these huge areas. We're going to need about 1,100 bunk beds. They went, okay, what's going on here? And they said, don't worry about it. Just build what we tell you to build.
Yeah.
And stay quiet because obviously something like this had to be secret. And it was secret for many decades until, I don't know, was it a reporter or just a writer that basically wrote an article about it?
Reporter, a guy named Ted Gupp, who sounds like the kind of person who just out something for fun.
It sounds like someone who now they would use the word like he gupped that thing up.
Right, which
like
means
he wrote
that
an article.
He wasted billions of taxpayer dollars with one single article.
Because it was then useless, and everyone said, well, thanks, Gupp. Now we don't have our super secret bunker anymore. Right. It's very much bombable.
Yeah.
Because this thing, although it's built to withstand, to like be a few hours from Washington, D.C., where the big bomb lands, it can't withstand like a direct hit. And no one would have bombed White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, had it not been for you.
Thanks, Gupp. Within 3 years of Ted Gupp's article, The Ultimate Congressional Hideaway, the Greenbrier Resort was giving tours of it because it had been decommissioned that quickly.
I know.
And again, this thing was in ready operation at a moment's notice for 30 years. Over the course of those 30 years, the 1,100 bunk beds were assigned to a person And it wasn't like they assigned it once. As new Congress people came in, they got assigned bunk beds. Like if something happened, this place was ready to go at a moment's notice to accept all of Congress. And I say we take a break and then we'll come back and talk about some of the details behind this ingenious plan.
Let's do it.
This is Danielle Fishel.
Ryder Strong.
And Will Friedle from Pod Meets World. You know what I didn't expect? Becoming best friends with Chewy's customer service.
Oh, been there. I've chatted with them as late as midnight. They actually get pet people.
And if Pickles or Lucky hate something, I just send it back. 100% satisfaction guarantee gives you a whole year to make a return. No questions asked.
Meanwhile, I'm over here ordering everything for Bill and Brunch. Food, treats, beds, toys. Because Chewy has over 100,000 products to choose from.
And it shows up in like a day. I mean, my dog Sammy thinks the delivery driver is her personal assistant, and I'm not sure she's wrong.
It's not just for dogs and cats either. They've got stuff for birds, fish, reptiles. The list goes on and on.
And the health side is huge for me, too. Prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth vet visits.
They're even opening vet clinics now.
My cat pretends he doesn't care, but he benefits.
Chewy just makes the whole pet parent thing easier. For life with pets, the answer is Chewy. Save $20 on your first order with free shipping at chewpanions.chewy.com/world.
Joy is essential, and it's also elusive. You can't order it, you can't borrow it, or simply hope it into life. But now, there's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Joy 101. It's a new podcast hosted by me, Hoda Kotb. Together, guys, we'll have meaningful conversations with the world's most fascinating people. Entertainment legends, sports icons, wellness experts, and everyday people will share how they find, allow, and experience joy. And I'll offer some of my own tips and takes on seeking a more balanced and harmonious life. If you're craving inspiration, support, and useful tools to maximize your joy, tune into these candid, uplifting, and moving on-air chats. Joy after a breakup, joy as an empty nester, joy after a loss, joy as a caretaker. This new podcast will speak to you. Listen to Joy 101 on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at the Happiness Lab, we're serving up some hot takes for the summer. Big ideas that just might reshape how you think about your well-being. Like, we've been thinking about the loneliness epidemic all wrong.
You can be lonely in a marriage. You can be lonely at a party. I don't think loneliness is actually about solitude. Loneliness is about something much bigger.
Or that we should get rid of small talk altogether.
We talk about current events. We talk about what you do for a living, but not, do you love what you do for a living? Is this your dream job?
Or that the mental health crisis isn't what we think it is, and that kids today are doing better than we assume.
It was really disorienting for us as researchers to be so wrong about our hypothesis. We are so scared that we are going to underreact to a severe challenge that we tend to overreact.
For more surprising ideas backed by psychological science, check out our new series, Happiness Hot Takes. Listen to the Happiness Lab with me, Dr. Laurie Santos, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Every story has a point where it's balanced on a knife's edge.
That's where we begin.
For some, it's a confrontation no parent ever expects.
They finally admit, we're here to take your children. The department has taken custody and we're here to take your kids. It was just shock and horror and desperation.
For others, it's surviving the unthinkable.
As they're having this gun battle, thousands of feet up in the air, many of the bullets start to puncture the aircraft. I thought we were going to die then.
The Knife is a podcast about real people whose lives were upended in an instant.
We talk to the people who lived it, unpacking what happened, how they got through it, and what came next.
And on our off-record episodes, we go even deeper into the reporting and answer the questions you can't stop thinking about.
New episodes drop every Thursday on the Exactly Right Network and the iHeart Podcast Network.
Listen to The Knife on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So, Chuck, if you went to the Greenbrier between I guess 1962 and 1992, you might encounter somebody wearing a Forsyth Associates uniform. And if you ask them what Forsyth Associates did, you'd say, oh, well, we actually take care of all the TV sets here at the Greenbrier. And then the next thing you know, you would wake up in a crypt in Mexico wearing someone else's clothes. And that would be that.
Yeah, and the last thought that you had in your head was, man, there's a lot of people taking care of these TV sets here.
Right, because it turns out that the Forsyth Associate TV technicians were actually the government employees who were secretly tasked with keeping the Greenbrier Bunker at a state of operational readiness at all times.
Yes, it was called, when they built it, I saw 57 and 58, so somewhere in there, it was called Project Greek Island. And again, the location was determined because it's close enough to D.C. to where it's not super far if you had to get there in a hurry. But it's safe enough to be there. I think they could withstand radiation for how many days could they survive on just the air in there?
3, but then the filtration system was so amazing that it could actually filter out radiation, so they were okay.
That's right. It cost about $14 million. Was completed in 1962, right before the Cuban Missile Crisis. 720 feet underground, 2 levels, 112,000 and change square feet. So roughly the size of a couple of football fields stacked on one another.
Yeah, think about it. 720 feet underground. That's
a long way down.
That's a skyscraper down.
Mm-hmm.
And what's nuts to me is it still couldn't withstand a direct hit from a nuclear bomb.
That's scary.
That really kind of says a lot right there. But so when you went to this place under a nuclear attack, if you were a member of Congress, you would be hustled off to the Greenbrier. The first thing that would happen once you entered the secure, sealed-off area is that you would be decontaminated. You'd be given new clothes. Your other clothes would be incinerated. And you would find very quickly that entire swaths of the Greenbrier had also been ingeniously included in this. Even though it was open to the public, they were used as meeting rooms and stuff during normal times. In the case of a nuclear emergency, when Congress took over the bunker, they got sealed off with the rest of this bunker too.
Yeah, so there were literal, companies would have not a retreat, well, I guess a retreat there.
Mm-hmm.
And, they would go and listen to people lecture about their industry and not, unknowingly the whole time they're sitting on top of this underground bunker. It's it was pretty ingenious to not have it at a military base and to sort of hide it in plain sight in some ways. If you're wondering well, how did you access it from the Greenbrier? It would, of course, be behind the door that says danger, high voltage, keep out.
Yeah. Danger, danger. High
I
voltage.
love that. It's off of out of an Austin Powers movie or something. It's just put high voltage and no one will open that door.
Yeah, I think it works. I mean, you're kind of a chump if you go through that door anyway,
Yeah, you'd be a real gup.
Nice callback, dude. That was great.
So what else is in there? You got your decontamination room. You got your dormitories, which are 18 rooms with 60 beds in each.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a cafeteria and a kitchen.
Sure.
They even had a media room set up with fake views of the Capitol in the background and stuff like that. So they could, they had, a production facility essentially because they had to be able to broadcast out in case anything went wrong.
Yeah, and they had 3 meeting rooms, one that could house the Senate, one that could house the House of Representatives, and one that could house joint congressional meetings, where everybody was involved. They also had a pharmacy with tons of antidepressants, apparently.
Yeah, I bet they had the good stuff.
They had a little jail. And then this, to me, was pretty revealing. I think either NPR or the Atomic Heritage Foundation pointed out that they had, in this little jail area, they had weapons, but that the weapons amounted to a couple of rifles, some pistols, some batons and helmets, stuff you would have for riot gear. And I realized that wasn't meant to be used on, Soviet forces trying to gain entry. That's to be used in the case of some sort of crazy mutiny, below ground by Congress people who are losing their marbles.
Or just Congress,
scary.
just old grudges.
Right.
they're finally going to take Pelosi down once and for all.
Yeah.
Put her in a straitjacket, because there were straitjackets.
Yeah.
There were 2 boxes of straitjackets with this jail in case something happened like that.
Yeah. So the whole thing was completed, I think you said, in time for the Cuban Missile Crisis, right?
Yeah.
That's really
62.
good. Really good timing. And again, when they did this, they did it under the auspices that the Greenbrier was building a new wing. And indeed, the Greenbrier did build a new wing, but there was some really weird parts of it. So it did raise some questions, but apparently the locals kept it to themselves, because it does not seem to have been one of those, open secrets. Like, it seems to have been like a real secret, which is, hats off to everybody who managed to keep that a secret all those years.
Well, yeah, because like we said, the construction crews were immediately suspicious, but a lot of people worked on that thing and clearly knew what was going on. And I guess it was just a different time where people cared about their country such that they knew it was important to keep it a secret.
Yep.
For national security reasons.
Yeah. Hats off, government, on keeping some secrets.
How fast would this be tweeted out today?
Right.
If there was a drywall person
yeah.
working on an underground bunker.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Supposedly, the Supreme Court was destined for the Grove Park Inn in the case of a nuclear emergency that would find Congress at the Greenbrier. Yeah.
Where's that?
Asheville.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's in Asheville.
So that's where they would go and bunker down to?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty amazing stuff, Chuck.
I wonder if if there were 1,100 beds, this seems to indicate that they would have their families there, right?
I guess, yeah, it must be. And I think there's a train route from D.C. to the Greenbrier, so there would probably be time to be like, meet me at the Amtrak station. We got to go to your family.
Interesting.
That's the only explanation I can find. Although staff, maybe. I could see Congress people choosing their staff over their family in a nuclear disaster.
That's 1,100 bunks, though. That's plenty of room for staff and families, and maybe even an enemy or two.
Sure.
Again, though, thanks to the Atomic Heritage Foundation, great article on this, as well as NPR, who we always love.
Yes, and great thanks to you too, Chuck.
And you, sir.
Thank you. Well, we thanked each other, everybody. That means Short Stuff is out.
Stuff You Should Know is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.